Welcome back. Look at these scenes on the Champs-Élysées. Incredible stuff. France celebrating in style, booking a place in the World Cup final. Who will be joining them? Of course, it will either be Croatia or England. According to the bookies, England favourites 13 to 8 on. Croatia at 13 to 10. In Moscow, he's been following England throughout this tournament. Mark Ogden. Mark, less than 24 hours to go now, of course, until kick-off. What's the feeling in the camp?
Well, I was in Rapino on yesterday, and it was just remarkable how light-hearted everybody is and how relaxed they are. It was almost like they're preparing for a pre-season friendly. So the England lads are very kind of relaxed, very chilled, and it's almost like they can't wait for this game to come. And I'd imagine a bit more tension before a World Cup semi-final, but they are really relaxed. So if that's a positive, then England have got that on their side.
Mark, whatever happens tomorrow in that match against Croatia, is it fair to say that England have exceeded expectation? And how could that come into play over the 90 minutes against Croatia with regards to kind of playing with house money?
Yeah, I mean, England have definitely exceeded expectations. I didn't expect them to get beyond the quarter-finals. The draw looked like Brazil or Germany, and they've had a decent run. And against the semi-final against Croatia, you know, it's going to be a tough game because Croatia, the way they play the game with Modric and Rakitic, they could pass England off the pitch, and that is the concern, that Croatia, if they're not fatigued after 2 extra time and penalties games, they are, for me, the favourites. But England seems to have some momentum. It's just whether they can stop Modric and Rakitic dominating the game.
Let's be honest, most of the English journalists out there following the team, and have been given some great access, they're all having to go and change their holidays.
Yeah, this is it.
because nobody expected it. But personally, myself, I've got a good feeling about this England team tomorrow. They were very professional against Sweden. I think they'll need to play better. But I do agree with Mark. I think that Croatia are going to offer a different perspective, particularly if it's Brozovic, Rakitic and Modric in that midfield. That's a midfield that can cut you open, that can play a killer pass. Yes, they've had 2 games, it was 120 minutes. They did look tired. So it is going to be a different prospect for England, clearly, than the one they faced against Sweden. I'm not expecting any changes from Gareth Southgate. I don't buy all this Raheem Sterling nonsense. Yep. I think he's absolutely guaranteed to play. The back three have worked well, and I think if England play well, they can win the game.
Robbo, you're definitely not a fanboy. Definitely not. You're an objective pundit.
I just like to look at
this fact. Yeah. But you were telling me earlier, you can't see England losing this.
I can't see England losing. As Craig just said about the midfield of Croatia, yeah, they could. We're saying they could pass England off the park. They haven't passed Denmark off the park recently, and they didn't pass Russia off the park. They looked a very tired side, and when they played with Kramaric in behind, so they played with somebody in front of Rakitic and Modric, he wasn't really a threat. He scored the goal, but he hardly got involved in the play. Mandzukic looked tired. The 2 wide players are asked to track back, so that's going to be a problem for them if England start to dominate possession. I cannot see any other result than England winning. Their back three are playing really well. They're coming out with the ball at the right times. There's good movement. They're getting crosses into the box and set plays. We saw another set play win the semi-final today. It could be another set play or 2 or 3 set plays that England caused problems against Croatia with.
Isn't that something scary to think about? There is no way that England loses this game.
I don't like that.
When you start hearing that rhetoric, you're like, okay, you're trying to look for reasons. Okay, hold on a second. We can't just come into this game thinking that Croatia cannot hurt us. Croatia can hurt England. So I think it's important that England dictate the pace of this game and play it with energy and with a certain pace that forces Croatia to cover spaces so that you actually see the effects of having played 120 minutes back-to-back games. That's what I think is important, that England continue to play at a pace that affects Croatia and dictates the way that Croatia is going to play the game. Not that Croatia is going to slow it down with the possession. No, England is going to speed it up with their possession.
Mark, I thought in today's semi-final it was a little bit flat. There didn't seem to be quite the atmosphere that you would associate with such a big match. Will it be different tomorrow, do you think?
I think it'll be different because I think the way that England play, they are front foot. They can't play a patient game. They were patient for 10 minutes against Sweden, and it didn't work for them. They have to play with high energy, with high tempo. And that for me, is the way they play. But it's also the biggest danger to England, because if they are too gung-ho and they're too kind of on the front foot, then the problem is at the back, Croatia can pick them off. And I do worry that Jordan Henderson might be a little bit exposed at the base of that midfield. But I agree with the lads. England should be fitter, should be stronger, and they've got the confidence, but they have to be wary of Modric and Rakitic.
Prediction then, Mark?
Cheers, guys.
No, don't pretend you didn't hear me. Prediction. What's going to happen, Mark?
I think England will take it to penalties, and
Lose.
Who knows? Croatia good at penalties. I think England will win.
Pretended.
Well, listen,
Pry that out of
that's
him.
the old double bluff, that is. I would never dismiss this Croatian team with the Perisic, Mandzukic, all the guys, Modric. I just think England look fresh. Their injury count seems very low. They're playing the same way every game with the back three. The vibes coming out of it are great. What could possibly go wrong? I think England are going to win.
Shaq?
I think this England team has looked good throughout. Belgium game doesn't count. Colombia, totally different threat than Croatia. I see England winning as well.
You see nothing but an England win.
England to win by 2-0.
Not only are they winning 2-0, it's going to be comfortable. Yeah, it's going to be no problem. England is going to the finals. Maybe.
How does that make you feel?
This is the worst news I've ever heard. Everyone predicted England.
By the way, where's VAR gone?
All right, he gone.
VAR's gone.
It could come back to help you tomorrow.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, it's going to be a big decision tomorrow, isn't it?